Hey everyone, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a playthrough of Slay the Spire. No disclaimer for this one, Peter backed the crowdfunding campaign, and I borrowed his copy. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or come and say hi and join the conversation on our Discord. So if you don't know Slay the Spire, this is originally a video game that's solo only. It's a roguelite where you're doing runs mixed with a deck builder, and it spawned a ton of imitators and really great games in that space. And now they've made a board game adaptation, and it's almost identical to the video game. Like, the values are different, the numbers are simplified. But yeah, if you play the video game, you basically know how to play the board game and vice versa. In this case, I am playing one of the four characters in the game, which is the Watcher. This is, I guess, the most complicated, or one of the two most complicated characters in the game, but I still think she's pretty straightforward, so I'll explain everything as we go. And like I said, this is a roguelite where you are doing runs and trying to get as far as you can. And I'm going to be playing through Act 1, which is usually pretty easy. It's hard to lose in Act 1, whereas Act 2 is way more challenging. But yeah, you'll start down here on the bottom. You'll be moving through these spaces. Some of them are randomized with these little tokens. And the question marks will be events. The little monster faces will be encounters where you have to fight people. In the combat system, which is really the meat of the game, you can get treasure chests, you can rest. And yeah, if you can get to the top where the boss is and defeat them, then you win that act. You heal fully and you get ready for Act 2. And you'll be deck building, you'll be upgrading cards. And the cards have to be sleeved here because every card, including your starting cards, has an upgraded plus side on the back. Although I was really worried about this when I first heard about the game, like just the fiddliness of upgrading and unupgrading when you cleaned up the game. But honestly, in my plays, you don't upgrade that many cards, so it's not really that big of a deal. All right, so let's jump right into it. I'll explain the core gameplay details of the card play and combat and stuff as we go. We'll play Slay the Spire. So at the beginning of each run, each of the players, the game does play up to 4 players in the board game, gets a Niao's Blessing. So you get 3 coins, and this symbol means I'm going to get a card added to my deck. And the copy that I borrowed from Peter, he's got these deluxe, lovely metal coins. And you've got this giant deck of basic reward cards. So you draw 3 of them whenever you gain a card, and you can pick 1 to add to your deck. So Flying Sleeves is an attack. This is the energy cost. Generally speaking, you'll be able to spend 3 energy per turn. So this retain means I could keep it in my hand from round to round, because usually you have to discard all your cards, and I can attack twice for 1 damage each. Empty Fist lets you attack for 2 damage and enter neutral stance. This is kind of the key mechanic of the Watcher. She starts in neutral stance, but some of her cards will put her into Wrath stance, where she deals extra damage but also takes damage at the end of the round. And some cards will put her into Calm stance, which doesn't do anything on its own, but when she leaves Calm stance, she gets some extra energy to play more cards. So that one would do 2 damage and let her go to neutral, which could either protect her from taking the extra damage of Wrath or get her the extra energy from Calm. And then Signature Move should theoretically be stronger. Cards are gray or blue in the basic rewards deck, and the blue cards tend to be better, but let's see. It costs 2 energy, can only be played if this is the only attack in your hand, 6 damage. I start with a lot of attacks in my deck, so that seems a little iffy. I'm going to take Empty Fist. I like cards that let me mess with my stances and stuff. The cards I didn't pick go to the very bottom of the deck. This giant deck is only going to get shuffled whenever you beat a boss and move to the next act. But now Niao's not done. I get to choose one option. I can remove a card from my deck. I can transform a card, which means I get rid of a card in my deck and then replace it with the top card of these reward deck cards. Or I can gain one of these, I think they're relics or treasures, but I would lose 2 hit points. Now, these are ongoing bonus cards. Usually they're based on a d6 roll at the beginning of each round of combat. When you're playing solo, you start with this one called Loaded Dice. But yeah, I could get another one. 2 hit points is not that bad to heal. Transforming a card could be pretty awesome. Yeah, let's go for the treasure. So I'm going to take 2 damage. If I go down to 0, I lose. And I get the top treasure, which is Bag of Preparation. The very start of combat, I draw 2 extra cards. Usually you have a hand of 5, so I'll have a hand of 7. Pretty good. Not the best thing I could have gotten, not the worst. All right, and now we have our first space, which is a basic encounter. I already have it set up. The very first encounter of the game comes from a different set of cards that say first encounter, are a little bit easier. And just to kind of go through what an enemy has, up in the upper left here are their rewards. So I'll get a single coin and get to add another card to my deck. This is their health, and that's also how you track their health with these cubes. They've got 9, and this is their activation. Enemies will either have the same activation every turn, like this cultist. Every turn he's going to deal 1 damage, and then get a strengthen token, which is going to make him do +1 damage, and those stay around. So like second turn he'll do 2 damage, third turn he'll do 3. Other enemies will activate based on a die roll, or will have another token that moves as they like build up or power up or charge or things. All right, but let's get into our first combat and walk through the steps. So first we have a player turn. We get 3 energy and we zero out our block. So energy again is what you'll use to play cards. And block will block the enemy's attack 1 for 1. So like if I had 3 block and they did 4 damage, I would lose 0 and take another damage myself. But it does zero out at the start of each round. Okay, next I draw 5 cards. But in my case, I'm drawing 7 because of the bag of preparation. And also at the start of combat, the Watcher gets one of these tokens, which she can discard to get an extra energy, and they just stick around until she wants to use it, although it will go away at the end of combat, and then you'll get another one at the start of the next combat. Okay, and then I roll the die. Often, like I said, that'll be used for the activation of enemies, but you always roll it if you have abilities like the loaded die because it might activate them. And here it did. So I am getting a free block. Cool, so I don't have to worry about defense against this guy for the first round since he's only attacking for 1. If I had gotten a 6, I could trigger any die relic ability. So I could trigger the 1 defense, or I could trigger something else that I got. Okay, now I go to the play phase. And this is the most important thing. This is where I play the cards. So let's look at what I got. Basic decks are pretty simple. So I have a whole bunch of strike cards. They cost 1 energy and deal 1 damage to an enemy. I have defense cards, 1 energy and 1 defense. Or 1 block, I should say. Pretty basic. Did I get anything interesting? And I got Empty Fist to go into neutral stance. And I'm going to discard all these cards at the end of the turn unless they have the word retain. So there's not much reason to worry about like keeping them or anything. And again, this turn, this guy's just going to attack me for 1 and then strengthen. And I already have 1 block, so I can just do everything I want to do. Which I think is going to be Empty Fist for 2 damage. And a strike for a 3rd damage. And another strike for a 4th damage. And we'll keep my little boost here, although it would let me do another strike. So that was 4 damage total. And then I discard my entire hand, and I would also resolve any end of turn effects, and I do not have any of those. So that was 4. The cultist is down to 5. Now we have the enemy turn. First, we remove any block on the enemies, because they'll sometimes put shields on them, but you can just wait until the shields go away. Then they take their actions, and then if they have a cube-based activation, it moves. So this guy, again, is just attacking me for 1, and I'll get a strength to do 2 next turn. So that's how the game goes. I'm going to draw my next 5 cards. I need to shuffle whenever I run out. All right, and what have we got? So these are 2 key cards. These get me into my stances in my starting cards. So Eruption deals 2 damage and puts me into Wrath. While I'm in Wrath, I get +1 damage on every red attack icon I play, like my basic strike would do 2 damage. But at the end of my turn, I take 1 damage. Now, that's not like an automatic damage that goes through my block. It is still opposed by block. My other one is Vigilance. It gives 2 shields to any player. There are a lot of effects like that that work in co-op. Basically, in co-op, you're all fighting together at the same time, and you can hit each other's enemies and that kind of stuff. And then I enter Calm, and again, Calm does nothing on its own, but when I leave Calm, like when I play Eruption, or the other card that makes me leave my stance, I would get 2 more energy for the turn. Okay, so this is going to be a very easy turn. I'm going to play Eruption to do 2 damage and enter Wrath. And then for my 3rd energy, sorry, there it is, my 3rd energy. Whoops, I hit my life. For my 3rd energy, I'll play Strike, which now does 2 damage instead of 1. And then I'll use my token to get 1 more energy, play 1 more Strike, and that should be all she wrote. That's 6 damage total. And yep, the cultist only had 5, so he is dead before he got a chance to hurt me. Now at the end of combat, pretty much everything resets. You put your whole deck back together. The Watcher goes back to neutral. The big thing that does not reset is your hit points. This will stay down until you find a way to heal. Okay, and I'm getting a single extra coin, and I'm getting to add a card to my deck. Let's see my options this time. Nirvana is a power. These stay in play once you play them in a given combat, although you will have to play it in the next combat to get the ongoing bonus again. This one is whenever you scry. I don't have any cards that do that yet, but scrying lets you look at the top cards of your deck and discard or keep some of them. Whenever you scry, you get 1 block. I mean, I could go for a scrying build, maybe. I've got another Flying Sleeves where I can retain it or do some damage. Or another power. Your attacks deal +1 additional damage while in Wrath. But 2 power is a lot. The turn I played that, I would probably get my butt kicked. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of getting Nirvana and then trying to build in some scrying effects later. So, sure, let's try that. And this is a game where it's nice to have some consistent defense and not just deal damage out, because, again, your life doesn't come back. All right, so now we get to pick which way we want to go. So all 3 of these will be events. This one has another event and then a basic fight. Basic fight, and then this is a shop where I can spend my money to buy cards or remove cards from my deck. I don't have very much money yet, though, so I don't know if that's worth it. Ooh, up here is a sort of mini-boss, an elite enemy. And they tend to have really good rewards, although they're pretty tough. So maybe I go boop, 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 and then I can decide based on how this fight goes whether I want to go to the elite or not. Okay, so I'll go to the event first. And all the cards like this are separated by act, so you don't like get things that are too tough. Okay, Living Wall. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak. Forget what you know and I'll let you go. I require change to see a new space. If you want to pass me, then you must grow. Okay, so I can either, these are all choices, forget to remove a card from my deck, change to transform a card, or grow to upgrade a card. I really want to upgrade. I'll show you why. Where is it? There's one in particular that becomes cheaper, and I love that. Here it is, Eruption. And they do have like a book that shows all the upgraded versions of cards, so you can skim through it without having to flip every card. But Eruption on its upgraded side only requires 1 energy to enter Wrath and do 2 damage instead of 2, which is pretty dang cool. So I'm going to pick that option, and I'm done. Okay, and then I'm going on to a basic fight. I draw the top card of the deck, but many of them, oh, not this guy, but many enemies will summon extra enemies. So you'll actually be fighting like 2 or 3 or 4 people. And all those enemies go into a row, and there are a lot of effects and potions and things that will deal damage to everything in a row. And when you're in multiplayer, like each of you has your own row, and generally enemies are only attacking you from your own row. All right, so we got a looter. He's got 9 life, and this is going to track his activation. So the first round, he'll attack for 2. Second round, he'll attack for 3 and add 1 block to himself. And the fourth round, he will steal 2 money from me and leave combat, but I would still get the reward. And his reward is going to be a potion, which is a one-time use item. You can hold up to 3 of them and adding another card. All right, so he's attacking for 2. Let's get to this. So start of combat, I'm getting my +1 energy thing. I've got 3 energy. I'm drawing 7 cards because of my bag of preparation. What have I got this time? I've got 3 strikes. I've got Eruption to go into Wrath mode. I've got 2 defends and Vigilance. Wow, so I've got like everything cool. All right, even though he's not activating with a die, let's see what we get. A 5, so I get a free block, and he's attacking for 2, or if I'm in Wrath with the automatic damage, I would need 3. So I'm thinking I could go into Vigilance to get 2 defense and Calm, then go into Eruption. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is definitely the play. Okay, so Vigilance costs 2 of my energy, and I enter Calm. Okay, then I go into Eruption. Thank God that I made it cheaper. Costs my last energy. I deal 2 damage to the guy. We'll keep track of that in a second. And I enter Wrath, and since I left Calm, I get +2 energy. So that's 2 damage so far, and I've got 2 energy left. Oh, and I've got 3 block. So I've got 2 energy left. A strike, that's +1 from the Wrath, so that's 2, 4. Another strike, that's 6. And hey, while we've got it, let's go ahead and get another energy with our token and do this last strike. So that'll be 2, 4, 6, 8 damage, and I've got 3 blocks. Seems pretty good to me. Yeah, so this guy's down to 1 life. He's attacking me for 2. And I took 1 damage at the end of my turn for being in Wrath mode, but I still take 0 damage. That went great. And this moves down. So next turn at the end, he'll attack me for 3 and block for 1, but he should be dead. I mean, I assume so. Do I have any way to attack? Yep, I could do a strike for 2 damage because I'm still in Wrath, and then Empty Fist for 3 more, and then I would go to neutral. I mean, yeah, he's super dead. Bye-bye. So I get a potion and a new card. Potion is Weak Potion. I can put 2 of these weakness tokens on an enemy. You can do this at any point during your turn. And these will subtract 1 damage from the next 2 attacks they do. It doesn't subtract 1 for each token. It just means like how many attacks are affected. The next 2 times somebody would attack, they would take or deal -1 damage. All right, and then we've got our options for upgrading. Ooh, Golden Ticket. So when you draw this, you put it on the bottom of the deck, and you replace it with 1 card from the character's rare cards, which are like the strongest ones. You see they have gold here. So, Ethereal, Judgment. So Ethereal means that if you don't play it during the turn, if it's still in your hand at the end of the turn, then it goes to what's called your exhaust pile, which means it's out of play for the rest of that combat, but you'll get it back the next combat. So choose an enemy. If they have 7 hit points or less, set their hit points to 0. So it's a 7 damage attack for 1, which is crazy, but only if it'll kill them. Okay, Tranquility lets you retain it, and you get to enter Calm for only 1, which is nice, but then it's exhausted. It's only once per battle. Or what's this one? Deal 1 damage, scry 2, and then draw 1 card. Oh man, I've got that scry power. Judgment is so good, but I kind of want to go for a scry build, so I'm going to get cut through fate. Sorry. With that, we're moving on. I do want to try to fight the mini-boss. I didn't lose any damage yet, so let's go here for another little encounter. This time, it's the library. You come across an old abandoned library. You find countless rows of scrolls, manuscripts, and books. Ooh, gain another card. Look at 5 cards instead of 3, or sleep to heal 3 damage. I've lost 2 damage, but whatever. I'm going to go ahead and read and try to get maybe another scrying effect. Here we go. I've got 5 cards. I should say, by the way, that all of these cards are totally unique for the given character, so these are like just for the watcher. All right, so what have I got? Pray. It costs 1, but it gets me one of those tokens, which means that it's free because I can discard that for an energy. Draw 2 cards, and you can't draw any additional cards this turn. Rush Down. The first time you enter Wrath each turn, draw 2 cards, and it's a power, so it's an ongoing effect. I only have 1 card that gets me into Wrath right now, though. Mental Fortress. Whenever you switch stances, gain a shield, gain a block, and it's also a power that stays in play. Is that a Rubik's Cube? Empty Body. You get 2 shields, and you enter neutral, kind of like the other thing I have. And Windmill Strike. So it costs 2 power, it's 2 damage, but it's retained, and then it's 5 damage if you wait an extra turn to play it. Okay, none of these goes with my scrying thing, really, which is making me kind of go towards one of the powers. So this would get me a shield whenever I switch stances, although again, I don't have many cards that do that. And Rush Down would get me more cards. I'm going to go for the shield one. I like these things to get me automatic shields. All right, we have no choice. Here we go. Elite Enemy, bring it on. And we got Sentries. So this is one that summons people. So they've got 7 on their own, but it says summon Sentry, AB, etc. until there's 3 enemies per player. And this one will be the last one of those 3. So I'm going to have an A, a B, and then this dude. And here they are. They're all pretty nasty. They attack for 3 half the time, or they give me one of these cards, which goes on the top of your draw pile. And when you draw it, you can't play it, and it fades away. So basically, really, you're just drawing that many fewer cards in that turn. It kind of has the same effect. All right, there we go. And by the way, the really nasty roll here will be a 1, 2, 3, because then I'll get hit for 5, which I don't know if I can survive. All right, so here we go again. I got my free energy thing. I've got my 7. What have I got? Okay, I got a ton of strikes. I got my vigilance. I got to defend. I got nirvana. Well, let's roll and see how bad this turn is going to be for me. That's kind of cocked. I'll roll again. Oh, a 6. Oh, never mind. 6 for right now is the same as a 4 or 5. I'll just trigger this. So I get 1 block, and that means one of the guys is attacking me for 3, but they're also putting 2 of those, draw nothing cards in my hand. But that's good. I'm only taking 3 attack. So I think I might, just go into Calm to have a huge turn later, get 2 defense. And then I'll go ahead and play out Nirvana so that my 1 scry card that'll come later will be more useful. And that's sadly all I can do. I don't want to use that yet. I want to save it for a turn where I'm in more danger. All right, and then these guys are attacking me for 3 and then putting 2 of those cards on top of my deck. But again, I'm just going to draw 3 cards instead of 5. It works out the same. Well, I guess I say that, but there are things that can discard them and do other things, so let's not. All right, so I did take 0 damage, and we go to the next round. And hey, look, it's 2 dumb cards. And I've got Empty Fist, which would take me into neutral, which I don't want to be in because then I'd get a bunch from Calm. Although Cut Through Fate's going to let me draw a card. Okay, let's roll for what they're doing. Oh, a 1 means they're attacking me twice, and I don't get any bonuses from this. That's a little worrisome. All right, so then with my first energy out of 3, let's play Cut Through Fate. I'm going to deal 1 damage. I get to scry 2 and then draw 1. And I want to stop the possibility of the double attack, so either of these guys has 7. Or sorry, this guy has 8. But still, I think he's the one to kill. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll go for this one. Because that way I'll take away the terribleness of a 1, 2, 3 roll. And then I get to scry 2, so I get to look at them, and I can discard as many as I want. Yeah, I don't want defense cards, so I'm going to discard both of those, and then I draw 1, which is Mental Fortress. Cool. And because I scried, I get 1 block. Ooh. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to play Mental Fortress. Whenever I switch stances, I gain a shield. That's another ongoing power. And then I'll go use Empty Fist. So that's 2 damage. It would have used my last energy, but because I'm leaving Calm, I get 2 energy back. So I'm doing 2 damage, and I switch stances, so I get another free block. And yeah, let's keep focusing on this 1 sentry. And then I'm going to play 1 more defend to block. And I have 1 more energy than I need, sadly, but I can't play anything else. And I'm going to use my weak potion. I believe I can split this up among different enemies. So I'm about to take 3 and 2, which is 5, and I only have 3 block. So let's make it -1, 2 damage, and -1, 1 damage, and I won't take any damage. But the potion is discarded. So yeah, I take no damage, and I get 1 of those little annoying cards, but I get rid of the 2 that were in my hand. The theory means they're exhausted, and it's returned to the supply. Oh, and after they attack, these tokens go away, so that was a one-time thing. All right, so what have I got? I got my Wrath. When my Leave Wrath, this is going to be good. Because that'll be 2 damage plus 1, 5 damage. And because I switch stances twice, I'll get 2 shields. This should be great. But let's see what we roll. 1, 2 again, which will actually be okay because I'm going to kill the guy who's hitting me harder. So I think my 2 block, this should all be gone, will be enough. Okay, so this should be a pretty simple turn. I'm going to play Eruption for 1 energy. Dealing 2 damage, I go into Wrath. Then I'm going to play this basic strike for another energy. So that's going to be 4 damage. Yep. Oh, by the way, because I switched stances to Wrath, I get a block. And then I'm going to play Empty Fists. I'm switching to neutral, so I get another free block. But first I do 2 + 1, 3. So it's a 2, a 2, a 3 damage-wise. So 2, 2, 3. So this guy is done, which means now I'm only getting hit for 2 in one of those annoying cards. And that means that I am totally fine. I get hit for 2. I get rid of the annoying card, but get one right back. And we're good to go for the next round. Should be pretty easy to finish these guys off now. Okay, I got a 4, so I do get a free block, but they're attacking me for 3, so it's kind of all the same. Okay, I've got Vigilance to get the shields I need. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll do Vigilance to go into Calm. That'll leave me with 1 energy. And because I switched stances, I'm actually at 3 blocks, so I'm already... actually, I'm at 4 block. I had 1 from the item, 2 from Vigilance, 1 from Mental Fortress. And for my last energy, I'll go ahead and hit somebody for 1. Keep on working on killing this guy, I guess. Okay, then he hits me for 3, and I more than block it, and then he puts another one of these. So I'm just never going to draw a full 5 cards for a while. All right, going to the next turn. Let's see what we get. A 6. So I'll get a free block, but they're attacking me for 3. It really doesn't matter at this point until somebody dies. Interestingly, I got Cut Through Fate, but scrying does nothing when your draw pile is empty. You can't reshuffle your deck with it. But I think it would still count as me having scryed. I'm going to say it does at least. So I'll deal 1 damage. I'll get a free shield from Nirvana, and then I'll draw a card. What did I get? Oh, no, Eruption. Oh, I guess I do have some strikes. Okay. So I was doing 1 damage, which is boop. And yeah, I think I can just do a ton of attacks and really have no negatives. Because I can do Eruption. Cost me 1 energy, but I'm leaving Calm, so I get a free shield. I get 2 energy back. So that's 2 damage. For 6 damage, and 1 more block to get to 4. All right, so with 2, 4, kill that guy, and then the last 2 will be here. He's hitting me for 3, and I'm taking 1 damage from Wrath, but I've got 4 blocks, so nothing gets through. And finally, I'm not getting one of these, so forget you, buddy. All right, so at this point, I can't imagine there's even any possible way they can hurt me, and I still haven't used my +1 energy thing here. What are they doing? A 5. Oh, so I get a free block, but they're not even attacking. Oh, yeah, no, the guy is attacking. Sorry, this is the attacking result. Oh, and I'm still in Wrath. That's right. Geez. So I can do 2, 4, 7. Yeah, he's super dead. Sometimes you don't really need to play the battles out in this game. So all my powers do go away, remember? And yeah, go back to neutral. Nothing else really big happened there. So beat an elite. Well, where's the starting one? There they are. I get 2 money. I get another relic. I get to add a card. All right, I got a new relic. Ooh, this is a good one. Lantern. Start of combat. I'll gain an extra energy for the first round. And with Bag of Preparation, I'll be able to play more cards from that big draw. Love that combo. Okay, I'm getting a new card. I've got Weave. Ooh, Weave is one of the best. Yes, I don't even need to look at the rest. Look at this. 1 attack. If you would discard this card while scrying, instead play it and it deals +5 damage. So if I scry and discard this, I do 6 damage for free. And it's already a 0 cost. This one takes me from Wrath to Calm. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, this is just so good. Now, it's not going to necessarily be great now because I only have 1 scrying card. But again, my hope is to get more scrying combos and really just go for a scry build this run. All right, so that went great. No damage against an elite is pretty good. I'm going to a campfire. I can either rest to heal 3. I'm still down only 2, though, so let's not. Or I can permanently upgrade one of my cards. That sounds like the one. So let's see. I could make my 1 scrying card scry more and deal more damage, still only costing 1. That's pretty dang good. Oh man, look at this. Mental Fortress, whenever you switch stances, gain 2 shield. Oh, I can't say no to that. That is insane. Because you saw it's not too hard to switch at least once a turn. All right, we're getting near the top. So this will be a treasure chest. Either way, I'll get a relic. And then I can go to another elite. And then to a... Yeah, that seems like the way to go. So I don't really care about the other things. Let's go here. Just getting relics from the elites is really good. Blood Vial. At the start of each combat, you heal 1? Whoa! This is basically identical to the Ironclad, one of the other classes in the game. So that's an amazing one. And I already have 2 damage, so I'm going to heal 1 of my 2 damage immediately. Dude, that was awesome. Let's go. All right, who's our elite friend? He has 22 life for solo. They have this little board for when you have big bosses. And he is sleeping the first round, dealing 4 damage. This little explosion means for a player card, it means everyone in a single row. And for an enemy, it means they attack every player. It's not going to matter here, but yeah, he's going to do 4 attack again, and then put 2 of those weakness tokens and boost himself so that he'll do 5 attack. And you only do the gray activations once, so he will never sleep again. He'll just do 4 boost, 5 boost, 6 boost. Let's kill him before that happens. So this first round, we can go ham with no compunctions. He's not attacking us. All right, so I'm getting 7 cards, and I can play. I'll have 4 energy, although, geez, I could have 5 if I use that. Oop, and I heal 1 at the start of the combat. Come on, let's hope I get like my Wrath and some big hits. That would be amazing. Got Empty Fist. I got Nirvana. Okay. I did get Eruption and some strikes. Ooh, and Weave. This is a good start, although I wish Weave was not here and I could scry into it. All right, so I can do 4. So I want to do Eruption and then as like many strikes as I can. And then maybe Empty Fist to get out of. But I also kind of want to get Nirvana out there. Getting Nirvana would cost me 2 attack. Okay, I could do... No, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so let's do this, yeah. So, Eruption! I do 2 damage. I go into Wrath. Then I'm going to put my Nirvana power out. That's a second power. I'm going to play Weave just for 2 damage. So that's 4 damage total. Then I'll play Strike. That's 6 damage total. Then I'll play Empty Fist. Go out of Wrath mode so I don't have to take any damage. And that is 9 damage total. Oh, I didn't roll for my loaded dice. Hey, I would have had to shoot block. It doesn't matter. But I did 9 damage. Big first turn. Big first turn. He is already down to 13. Almost half dead. And he just wakes up, and now we're getting... By the way, the Lagavulin, isn't that a brand of scotch? We're getting some Scotch 4 damage coming at us, which I don't think will be too hard to deal with. I do have a lot of defense. Oop, I got a 6, so I'll get a block. Got 3 energy. Ooh, I could... Oh, I got Cut Through Fate to Scribe. Got Mental Fortress. So if I just wanted to block a lot this turn, I could do Cut Through Fate, and then Mental Fortress and Vigilance. Mental Fortress would give me... God, I have too much defense, actually. But I like it. I like it. Set it for a big turn next time. So yeah, I'm going to do Cut Through Fate, which means I'm scrying. So I get that. I'm doing 1 damage. I get to look at these. Well, let's get rid of those to get back to my Wrath entering card. Then I get to draw something. That's another defense. I won't need any of that. I'm going to play Mental Fortress. Sorry, it should be at 1. When I switch stances, I get 2 defense. Now I'm going to use my +1 energy to be able to play Vigilance. So I'll go into Calm, which is getting me 2 defense, and then I switch stances, so I'm getting 2 more defense. So yeah, way too much defense is what I'm saying here. But I didn't hit him at all, so that was maybe not great. But yeah, I've set up with Calm. If I can go into Wrath, I'll get a ton of energy to smash with. Yeah, so he didn't hit me at all. Boop. But he's going to be attacking me for 4 again. Let's see what I got. Come on. Not my Weave. Oh, I got Eruption, though. Ooh, we're going to do some damage. Yeah, let's go. Can I kill the guy in one go? Probably not. Will going to Wrath hurt me? Probably it will. Okay, but let's do Eruption. So I go into Wrath. That gets me +2 energy, although that cost 1. And then because I switch stances, I get 2 block. Oops, I didn't roll to see. Yep, I get another block. So that's 3 block for free. I love that. Okay, so I've done 2 damage. I've got 4 energy left. 4 damage, 6 damage, 8 damage, and that only costs 2. And then I'll get 1 more defense. That's everything. So 8 damage. And I've got 4 block. 8 gets him to 5. He's almost dead. But he is hitting me for 4. But sadly, because I'm in Wrath, I take 1 as well. So I did take a damage. That's like the first damage I've taken in forever. But yeah, I think we're going to win in a second. So I'm actually still in Wrath. And he has 5 life left. I mean, yeah, there we go. That's 3, 5, 7 if I play them in the right order. He's super dead. This is a good run, man. I got 2 more money. I'm at 8. I get another relic. Huh, interesting. On a 1 to 2, I get 1 shield, which means now with my loaded die, I'll basically always have 1 shield unless I roll a 3. That's pretty good. And I get to add a card. Okay, let's see what I got. Protect. 3 shield to any player for 2, blah, even though it's retain. Carve Reality. Deal 3 to 1 or 2 enemy. That's pretty dang good. Or, oh my gosh. Yep, we're taking this. Tell you have to look. Look, start a turn before you draw, scry 3. More likely I'll get to do that super attack card. And if I combine that with Nirvana, that's going to be +1 shield every turn. And I think if I upgrade Nirvana, it's 2 shields. Ridiculous. Let's go for it. Oh, and hey, speaking of upgrading, I'm still only down 2 life, and I'll get 1 of them back when I go into the battle. So let's upgrade again. And yeah, where's Nirvana? Because I'm pretty sure, yes, I'm correct. So now, if I can get that with the other one that I just earned, I will get 2 free shields every turn. Really 3 free shields every turn, most likely. That's kind of crazy. And then I have an event, a fire, or a monster. Usually I try not to go to the markets until like I've built up a crazy amount of money. So yeah, I think I might do event, fire. Okay, so we'll do that. All right, upgraded shrine. So I can upgrade a card or upgrade 2 random cards and lose 2 hit points. So I'm not going to do the random. I'll just do the upgrade. Let's see. Can I get another like power? What's Foresight level 2? Scry 4 instead of Scry 3. That's not really much better. Cut Through Fate was pretty good, right? It was 2 damage. Empty Fist, I think, goes to 3 damage. Weave is actually pretty crazy, even though I still am not getting luck with scrying it. Look, it still costs 0, but it's 2, and then if I scry it, it's plus 6, so it's 8. So that's a pretty big swing. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, thanks, Shrine. Let's do another one. The Cleric. Hello, friend. I am Cleric. Are you interested in my services? So I can pay 1 to heal, 3. No, again, I don't really need that. I can pay 2 to upgrade a card or pay 3 to remove a card. Removing cards sounds good. Especially, I have all these defense, and I have so many other ways to get shields at this point. I don't think I need basic defense cards that much. So I'm going to spend 3 to ditch that. Okay, then I guess I get to upgrade again, because I'm not going to heal. And yeah, let's make my Cut Through Fate better. It's +1 damage and +1 scry. That seems pretty good. All right, then we're going to the big boss battle. Slime boss. Yeah, there's 3 of these for each level. So this guy, he'll hit us with a ton of, what are these? Put in your discard pile. Play for a thing to exhaust. So when I gain them, they go in my discard pile, and then they just kind of muddy up my hand, and unless I pay energy, they won't go away, and they'll keep on building up. Okay, now he does 3 and then 6. On death, at the start of the next round, I summon 3 slimes for each player. So I gotta do 22 damage, and then kill 3 slimes. We can do that. All right, so here we go. I get 1 life for my blood vial, 3 energy. We're going to 7 no, 4 energy, that's right, the first round. And I could do 5 energy, and this turn they're not attacking me, they're just sliming me. So, ooh, yes, this is a good first turn. Can I just get all my powers out? Let's do this. So that's 1, and that's 1, and that's 1. Oh, and there we go. I already got my combo. 2 armor every turn. And what do I do for my last? I guess I just hit him with my empty... Oh, I'm not in Wrath. Maybe I just hit him with my empty fist, right? That seems like the best thing I can do. Sure. Hit him with my empty fist. So he's down to 20. By the way, I just realized scrying's going to be more useful here because, like, if I'd been getting these cards I was last time, they would have been on top of my deck. I could have scryed them away before I draw. And now if I get these slime cards, I can scry them out of my hands. I don't have to worry about them. This is going to be really nice. Anyway, he's slimifying me. And here we go. I'm scrying. This is going into round 2. He's going to hit me for 3 and even more slime. Okay, come on. Give me that cool scry card. Give me that. You're never going to give me that cool scry card. Do I want to discard any of these? How many more cards do I have? 5. And the thing is, I don't want to get the... Oh, I get 2 armor block from scrying. I don't want to get the one that I want to scry into. So I won't discard any of these. I'll just draw 2 more. And, oh man, scry 3, and then draw 1. Yes, I'm going to guarantee that I get my super attack. Heck to the yes. Cool, so I don't have anything that changes my stance right now. This guy's attacking me for 3, and my scrying will take care of that naturally. So yeah, let's go ahead and just do the big one first. So I'll do that. For 1, I'm going to do 2 damage, scry 3, and then draw 1 card. And we know it's there. We know it's there. It's the weave. Okay, so I will... Do I want to draw into Eruption? I think I can. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be fine, like, damage-wise. Because I think Eruption, you're supposed to keep them in the same order. I think it was Eruption and Strike. I didn't pay close enough attention. But I will discard Weave, which will deal 2 + 6, 8 damage. Boom! And then I draw 1, I'll get my Eruption. So 8 brings them down to 12. And because I scryed, again, I have 4 defense. Let's go ahead and Erupt, baby. Go into Wrath mode, which makes me, whenever I switch stances, God, I'm getting so much free defense in this build. I love it. So he's definitely not hurting me. And let's go and hit him for... So I didn't do the 2 damage. So that's 2, 4 damage. I guess... Do I want to... No, I'm not going to use my extra energy yet. All right, so that was 4 more. So he's down to 8 before he switches into a bunch of things, which means I should probably be able to kill him before he ever gets that 6 attack. So yeah, he hits me for 3. Clearly that does nothing, but he does slime me again twice. That part's not so nice. And then sadly, I can just scry this 1 single strike, and I will discard it before I reshuffle, but yeah, you can't scry into your discard pile. So I'm just going to be drawing maybe some slimes. Maybe. Okay, just 1. It's not too bad. I got Vigilance. I can go into Calm mode to get my defense up. And actually, I'm not going to be able to kill this guy at all, am I? All right, so he's attacking for 6. Oh, I haven't been rolling for my bonuses. Stupid. So I get 1 block for free. He's attacking for 6. So let's go ahead and do Vigilance, I guess. So that costs 2. I get 3 block because I switched stances. I get another 2 block more. Oh, that's right, because I scryed at the beginning of the turn. I get another 2 blocks, so I'm totally fine. That goes to Calm. Oh, before I did that, let's say that I struck to do 2 damage while I had the Wrath bonus. And then, yeah, the rest of these I won't do anything with. So he's down to 6. He hits me for 6, but I have 7 blocks, so it does nothing. And now he's back to sliming me again. I really want to kill him before that happens, hopefully. So I get to scry 3. 3 energy. I'm getting 2 block from scrying. And I will discard the slime. But I'll keep the Eruption of Strike. That seems fine. I roll for this, and I got a block. So I got 3 block, because the 6, again, lets me activate any 1 die ability. So I could do the Horn Cleat or the Loaded Die. It's all the same. Oh, there's the Weave. It was the next card. Come on. Ooh, but I got some nice stuff. Okay. So I should be able to do a lot this turn. Let's Erupt first. That takes me to Wrath. I change stances to Armor. I went from Calm to Energy, but that cost 1. I'm doing 2 damage. So he's got 4 left, which means I have enough energy to play everything. So let's do Strike with the bonus that will finish him off, which means he's not sliming me, but at the start of the next round, I'll get a large, oh man. Well, that's fine, I guess. At the start of the next round, I'll get a large slime, an acid slime, and a spike slime. Well, I will still go ahead, I guess, and scry 3, draw 1 for one of my 2 remaining energy, because, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'll discard that, but I'll draw this, and I'll use my last energy to trash it out of my deck. So at least I have a few less of those things. And yeah, it seems like this will be an easy victory at this point, I'm thinking. All right, so what was it? Large, acid, spike. Ooh, large slime has a lot more life than I thought. That's a 10, a 5, and a 5. And they actually can attack pretty hard, but I mean, I should be able to kill, I'm guessing, like the acid and spike slime pretty easily. And so let's go into the round. I've still got my +1. I've got 3 energy. I'm scrying for 3, which gets me 2 block. Get rid of you. Definitely not going to get rid of Empty Fist. Or not Strike either, because it'll get the bonus from Wrath. So I'll keep both of those. And let's see, what else did I get? I got a nothing. Vigilance to take me into Calm. Or I can go neutral. Okay. I got to roll for what they're going to do. Oh, 6 again. So I'm getting 1 block. And what are they doing? 2 damage and making me draw 1 less card. Or, well, not really with my scrying. 2 damage, 1 damage, and weakening my attack. So I got 3 defense. Assuming I can kill, I guess this guy would be the main one to kill, then I should be totally fine. Yeah, so I'm in Wrath right now. Let's go ahead and strike this guy for 2 with the bonus. And then do I want to Empty Fist already? Yeah, I don't need to go into Calm. Although I guess I could. It would set me up for later. You know, I'm going to do Empty Fist to kill this guy. That's a 3. And then I enter neutral, which means I get, 2 more armor for switching stances. And that leaves me with 1 left. I mean, I have way more than enough defense. And yeah, I have way more than enough defense. So I'm just going to get rid of another one of these. And I'm getting hit for 3. Easily block that. But I do get my next 2 attacks weakened. That's fine. That's fine. Going into another round, and we're going to scry, which gets us 2 block. God, that's a good combo. Oh my God. Yeah, get out of here, all of you. I don't need any of that. I wanted to scry into my super attack, but no such luck. And oh, actually, I didn't get it yet, which means this. Yes, I'm going to get it again. You're going to all die. So man, with that, let's definitely do eruptions. So it gets me into Wrath. I get 2 more armor from changing stances. I lose 1 of these, but only deal 1 damage. Oh, I didn't roll for what they're doing. Oh, I got the 3, which gives me no bonus. Okay, this guy's hitting me for 3 and sliming me twice. Definitely going to go for him. So how much damage did I do? I did 1 with the negative. Then we're going to do Cut Through Time for my second energy. So I do another 1, but that gets rid of my last weakness. I get to scry 3. There it is. And I'll get rid of that defend 2 and draw the strike. So that's doing 8 plus 1 from Wrath, 9 damage. Oh, and actually, this should have been 3. So I should have done 1 more damage from that. So he should be at 9. And then, yeah, 9. So that kills him straight up. My weave. Heck yeah. And I've got 2 energy left. Let's play 2 boosted strikes from Wrath. And then that guy hit me for 1. Yeah, we'll just call this fight done. Clearly, I'm going to easily defeat this last dude. So let's see what our bonuses are. So I get a gold card. So I'll draw 3 from my rare pile. I get one of these like boss relics, and I get 3 money. Normally, you draw a number of these equal to the number of players plus 1, but in solo, you draw 3 to choose from. Okay, at the start of turn, I get an extra, holy crud, an extra energy every turn. But I can't rest to heal life at bonfires. But man, with the blood vial, do I need to? Or tiny house. I would get a card upgrade, a potion, 3 money, and I would get to upgrade a card. And then Snecko Eye. Draw 2 cards, or get an extra action, or gain one of those things to the top of my deck that makes me draw less, but I can just scry them away. I mean, this one just seems so great with my consistent healing that I think I need that. Now let's see what my rare options are. These are expensive, although now I'll have 4 energy every turn and 5 the first turn. Blasphemy. Your next attack this turn is played 3 times. Exhaust your entire draw pile and exhaust this card. That all seems terrible. No. Deva form. Oh my gosh. I spend 2 power once, but then I get one of these tokens every turn, which means I would have basically 5 power a turn, but I could actually even like save up for big things. Or Spirit Shield. I get 1 shield for each card in my hand, and then I mean, yes. Clearly we're going for that one. All right, that would be the end of Act 1, and honestly, I might continue this game off camera, because I haven't beaten the Act 2 boss yet. All these negative cards go away, by the way. Because, yeah, like with this, with all these automatic defenses from those cards, with tons of power and energy every turn, with free healing every time I start a fight, a ton of cards to start out the turn, more and more scry effects to get my huge hits from Weave. I feel like it's a pretty dang good combo I've got going on. But that is Slay the Spire, just 1 act. And yeah, you can play the game with Act 2, Act 3, and then eventually you can unlock Act 4, which is just like a big boss fight. And you can also unlock more cards for the characters. I have not unlocked, I think I have 1 set more, me and Peter, to unlock for each of the classes. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll have a review of this one in the next week or 2. We'll probably do it on the podcast as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.